Welcome to the Rotary Time Show, a public service program presented by Rotary District 7610. Funding for this program is made possible by the generosity of Rotary District 7610, Virginia. On our programs, we talk with Rotarians and community leaders and discuss how Rotary International builds partnerships to support local, national, and world communities. I am your host, Rotarian Dr. Deborah Jackson from the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia. The success of a Rotary Club is dependent on the club president. They lead, inspire, motivate, and connect their clubs with communities and others locally and around the world. Joining me remotely is Rotarian Sam Agarwal, who is the president of the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia for the 2022-23 Rotary year. Welcome, President Sam, to the Rotary Time Show.
Thank you, Deborah.
We're so happy to have you here in your capacity as the new incoming president of the club. In fact, you get to kick off this new Rotary year on the Rotary Times with our new president. So congratulations on your achievement to becoming the new president.
Thank you very much.
As always, we like our audience to get a feel for our presidents and who they are and just a little bit about them. So will you share a little bit of your background or your life before Rotary?
Yes, absolutely. My name is Sarvendra Agarwal. This is my full name, but I go by the name Sam. I was born in India in a small town, Mandi Dhanara, in northern India. As my father was traveling extensively, I was raised by my grandmother, with my grandmother, a widow whose husband had passed away in a Spanish flu endemic. I was educated in India. I got an undergraduate degree in electrical and communications from IIT Roorkee, a master's in EE from Clemson University, and also a MBA from RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in upstate New York.
Glad to hear all of that. So how did you get involved in Rotary, and how did you join the Rotary Club of McLean?
My brother, Captain Dhirendra Agarwal, he is a lifelong Rotarian, or rather I should say he was a lifelong Rotarian. And he had asked me multiple times to join a Rotary Club. Whenever he visited me in the United States, he always went to Rotary Club of McLean's Tuesday lunch meeting. Mm-hmm. He asked me a few times and I said, I will join eventually, which I did after I retired. Because I used to travel significantly in my job, so I was not sure if I could join and do the right things after joining. However, I love Rotary. This is the best thing I have ever done in my life, or maybe second best thing after marrying my wife, Madhulika, in India. However, I kick myself even till today that why I did not join Rotary earlier.
Well, we're glad that you chose the Rotary Club of McLean. So tell us, Sam, about your club. Tell us a little bit about it.
Our Rotary Club of McLean meets at Lutheran Church of Redeemer in McLean. We meet on Tuesday at noontime, and we have a very good gathering, and our membership is, has been, when I joined the club, it was significantly more than what it is today. However, we currently have around 49 members in the club. Our club is very diversified. Out of our current members, 17 consist of the women, and they have held positions of presidency, secretary, treasurer, and the presidency of McLean Rotary Club Foundation.
Wonderful, very diverse, active club, which is always nice to hear and hear how you all share the role of leadership in the club. What about your service, your major service functions? What's in place to ensure that you're meeting your goals and the needs of your members?
Basically, our club really is a very active club, and we try to distinguish ourselves, getting involved in many local community organizations as well as the international organizations. And we still try to do the best we can to do the most community service in the area and outside the area.
So when you all, and I know you're a luncheon club, you host speakers, and I think you all, is it hybrid now, or is it still just strictly face-to-face?
It used to be face-to-face before the COVID. And as we know, the COVID has impacted everybody all around the world. So we started virtually when COVID hit us hard, and we only had the online Zoom meetings. Mm-hmm. However, things have changed, and now we meet in a hybrid mode, meaning in person as well as through the Zoom.
In fact, I think you all just had your installation not long ago, and that was held in a hybrid format, correct?
Yeah, yes, indeed. You know, I think the most attendees were in person, but as always, there are a few who joined us via Zoom calls. I'm very grateful that they all, as many as they were on the call, I was very glad to see them.
Yeah. Community service, I know, is huge in the McLean area. So as an organization, what are some of the things, or who are some of the recipients of your service, community service projects in that area?
Here we have a number of organizations we support, and we truly follow the founding mantra of Rotary International, which I consider service above self. Mm-hmm. Keeping that in mind, we support the local organization as well as the international organizations. Locally, we support a number of them. There are so many of them, I don't think I would like to.
I hear you. Why don't you just choose one or two that you'd like to share with the viewing audience that that you found to be very impactful in that region?
Literally, Council of Virginia is one of those entities. Then there are so many others like Timberlane Elementary School, Chesterbrook Residences, mm-hmm. Falls Church, McLean Children's Center.
Well, I'm going to stop you because you know my background is education. Talk about the Timberlane project. What happens there?
Timberlane Elementary School is an elementary school, as the name signifies. And what we do, we try to instill a love of reading, mm-hmm. by buying the books for the kids to take home. And before we do that, we go to the school, we sit down with the kids. It is from grade kindergarten through the third. We let them choose the book, what we have purchased for them, and we will sit with them and read that book to them. and it is heartwarming experience that kids listen to and they ask sometimes questions. And it's just wonderful feeling that these youngsters who are, maybe 5 years till 8, 9, 10 years old, they are listening to us and they would like to read the book. And
Right.
the book we read, we give it to them so that they can take home and continue reading. Not
Ah.
just that book, but other many books as well.
Absolutely, and I'm sure Fairfax County Public Schools is very appreciative of the Rotary Club of McLean for partnering with the school on that initiative, since I know that that is a what they call in the county a school improvement goal. Is to increase literacy at the primary years. So I'm sure that the system is very appreciative of what you all do. Bell ringing, that usually is a highlight. Talk about that bell ringing program. What is that?
Okay, as I mentioned, we try to be involved in lots of things. And the bell ringing at Christmas time for the Salvation Army is huge thing. You see that all over the town, all over the city. It's just such a wonderful thing to do. And what our club has done before Christmas time, we coordinate with the Salvation Army, and we do the bell ringing at McLean Giant Food Center. And this brings out good from the people's heart, and they give us a lot of money. I have participated in just about every one of them since I became the member, maybe missed one or two. And I could see the people giving not just $1, not just a change. Sometimes people will pull out a $20 bill. And so this is really a very good thing to do and add something to the kitty of Salvation Army.
Yeah. In fact, I heard that, and I can say it because I also know about the McLean Club, was the top fundraiser for the Salvation Army every year that we have partnered with them to ring the bell. So that's a good thing.
With the last bell ringing, if I'm not mistaken, we raised almost close to $2,000 in about 8 hours or 9 hours.
Absolutely wonderful, and that money goes back to helping so many. Well, thank you for for sharing that. I know you all do a lot there in the club. What I'm going to do is we're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, I'm going to ask you to begin to tell us about your tenure as president. How do you want to prepare what new programs to put in place for the year? So we're going to take a short break, and we will be right back to talk more with President Sam Agarwal.
Thank you.
Please stay with us.
Possibilities are all around us. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action in communities all around the world. Together, we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved at Rotary.org.
Welcome back to the Rotary Times. We're here talking with Rotarian Sam Agarwal, the new president of the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia for the 2022-23 Rotary year. Sam, it's been just wonderful hearing you talk about the many programs and activities that the McLean Club is involved. As the new president, what new programs do you feel that you'd like to institute during your tenure as president?
My focus is twofold. Essentially, it is a club which is already doing a lot, not only locally, but also for the international community. But in addition to that, the motto of the Rotary, we need to follow and try to increase our membership. So my first priority is to increase the Rotary membership. Not only the traditional Rotary members, which are retired, which are getting in their age, but I want to attract a younger generation because they bring new ideas, new activities, and new ways to serve the service above self. So, keeping that in mind, what I intend to do is have many more activities, social activities, to bring in the new members. And preferably, younger than me or younger than many other people, but also the people who can bring or add a lot more values to the club functioning, and also be active in all kinds of activities, may it be fundraising, may it be grant applications, may it be giving the money out to the charitable organization, so on and so forth. And my second goal is we cannot do these without fundraising. So, and traditionally, we have two fundraising activities in the club. One, the chocolate festival, and the second one, the McLean Day food stall for the local people. The chocolate festival has been our biggest fundraising for all this time, and this year we raised almost $26,000 in one day while people attending the festival and buying the chocolate and socializing with each other. And the second one, the McLean food stall, it does bring all the local community, people far and wide, not only McLean, but Falls Church, Great Falls, Weston, they all come together and have fun at the festival, at the McLean Day.
McLean Day.
So in addition to that, what I would like to do, maybe we can brainstorm in the club to add one more fundraising activity.
Okay.
Those are my basic three things to achieve in my Rotary.
Well, it sounds wonderful because we know the funding is needed because it goes back into the community to support the many initiatives that the club has going on in the community. Let's talk about vocational service. I know there is a new program that you have in the club called Dignity of Work program. What is that?
This is a new program which one of our club member, Len Henrich, conceived and through at club to see if we can recognize the people, the service people in McLean who are not only doing their job at their best, but in addition to their performing their job, they are stepping out of above and beyond their responsibilities to help people. And this we have awarded the Dignity Award for few people, and we have recognized a number of people in McLean businesses. For example, there was a person from Giant Food checkout line individual. Then there are people who are business owners who step out beyond their running a business, but be generous, go out, help out, and do way beyond than their normal routine.
Wow, it's wonderful to be able to do that. I think the pandemic help to highlight the many things that people are doing and to provide service, outstanding service to the community. So thank you for that program. You are involved, I know, in international service from time to time. Tell us about the international programs of the club.
International program. See, that's the second word in our organization, Rotary International. It wouldn't be Rotary International if we did not do service projects or support a need international. As a matter of fact, when I had just joined the Rotary, my brother, Captain Agarwal, has conceived the idea of opening a library in my hometown in Meerut, India. And we meaning club, and a fellow Rotarian, past district governor, Glenn Yarborough and I used to go to the local libraries, renting a U-Haul, getting the books from local libraries and the other places, load them up in the U-Haul, bring it to a central place, and stage them for getting ready to be shipped overseas. But that is just one of them. Mm-hmm. And this was such a successful program that on Saturdays, just about every other Saturday, we had a book packing event. So the Rotaries, Rotary families, and the kids, youngsters from the middle school and high school, not only from McLean, but as far as down from Springfield, Burke, they came to help us out. But that's just one of the projects which we did way back when I had just joined. But we are doing a lot of things. For example, there is a the cleft and the palate surgery performed by surgeons from US in Guatemala. This is headed by our fellow club Rotarian, Frank Peterson, with his charity called Partner for Surgery, where first they will do the triage and then they will send the team of surgeons will perform the surgery week at a time, and number of such missions have been possible over the years. Mm-hmm. Other project, Strategic Water Alliance in Honduras and in Zambia. Another club member who is a water specialist / engineer / expert, he has been utilizing his expertise to provide the services for the water project. There are others. Another medical project from Northern Virginia Medical Brigade in Honduras. They are providing incredible services to people from Honduras.
So there are a number of projects, international projects in the club.
Indeed.
That's wonderful. President Sam, your family, I know, is very special to you. You've talked about them. How will they support your involvement this year as president?
My wife, Madhulika, and my two daughters, they have come to the Rotary activities in the past whenever they had time, because they, like everybody else, they are busy. However, my wife, she and I both went to Guatemala for a triage mission for a week to select the kids for cleft and palate surgery before the surgery teams comes to the Guatemala. Wow. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was quite nice on her part.
Absolutely.
I just went as a gopher, but she was the main character.
She was the main talent. Great.
Yes.
That's good to hear. So as I think about, and we're sort of trying to wind up at this point, If you had one word that you could leave with our viewing audience about your year, your upcoming year, what would that word be?
One word. I have to think about this one. And as usual, I am drawing a blank.
Oh, well, that's
So,
all right. That's all right. Just
can I
one
just-
word, real fast.
The one word.
Yeah, one word that comes to mind.
Bring the young generation to the club.
Okay, and that's good. It's more than one word, but that's okay. It's the generations that we're going to focus on this year. So thank you, President Sam, for your time today. We look forward to your year. Hopefully you'll come back and give us some more information on how things are going. So thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you very much.
All righty.
Thank you for having me. And I look forward to this hopefully very successful year.
All righty, good. Funding for this program is made possible by the generosity of Rotary District 7610, Virginia. For the Rotary Times program, I'm your host, Rotarian Dr. Deborah Jackson from the Rotary Club of McLean, Virginia. You're welcome to join us at a Rotary Club in your area for either breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or a service project. You can find a club near you by looking us up on the internet. Many clubs are hosting meetings in person, virtually, or in some hybrid format. You only need to look us up for the details. Remember, our time is your time, and it's time well spent. Please join us for our next program as we continue to celebrate Rotary's 117 years of service above self.